Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
And today we're going to talk about the fact that A'ja Wilson and her source are very delusional about A'ja Wilson's ability to draw a crowd and also to beat Josh Hart in one-on-one basketball. So, hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so with the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. Now, this is a tape recording with her and Josh Hart going back and forth, who, if you don't know, plays for Rob's Knicks and is the exact same height, or almost exact same height. They're both listed at 6'4", and 20 pounds heavier than A'ja Wilson. And A'ja Wilson said that if they played one-on-one, she would win 11-8. And her reasoning was she would get the ball first, I guess because she's a woman. I don't know. She just said that. And he laughed. And she said, well, what do you think? And said, don't piss me off. And he said, I don't know, 11-2. And then he raised it up to 11-7. If I was guessing, Rob, and they played 10 times, I would say 5 times it would be 11-0, and 5 times it would be 11-1. Or worse. What do you think,
agree
Rob?
with you, Mark. This is really stupid. I mean, not even delusional. It's stupid.
She seems serious.
He's a grown man. He's a grown man. The only way she would score is if he felt sorry for her, but he wouldn't. Knowing Josh Hart and the way he is and how tense he is, if you've never seen him play, it's like
he's a good player.
He's a stable player. I'm like, come on.
How is she going to stop him from dunking?
Man.
Rob, how is she going to stop him from dunking over her?
How's he going to stop him?
He's got the hops that she doesn't have. Right.
It'd be like dad playing against his little daughter. That's what it would be. Like a dad playing against his little daughter, thinking she'd be standing there and he just back her down and shoot her. He might just shoot in her face, 2 pointers.
She occasionally would score on a turnaround jumper, maybe, because she does have that.
No,
maybe. I'm just saying, if she gets enough shots, she may get one. But he's going to block most of her shots.
He's still a ball from her. She has no handles. She doesn't really have that great of handles, anyway.
Right. So yeah, it wouldn't be close.
It wouldn't be fun to watch, and it wouldn't be any competition. So
now this next story about her, and I can't, say that she put this out because it says. This is according to a source. They were talking about the Unrivaled League, which Caitlin Clark is not playing, and neither is A'ja Wilson. And a source for her said that A'ja just, honestly, she likes to rest her body. She doesn't want to play year-round. And she's an outlier of where just in pure basketball, it's a 3-on-3 league. It's not a 5-on-5 league. So that's one thing. She's really busy in the offseason, and it's not a great fit for her. So they said, that's why she's not playing in the Unrivaled League. Okay, and I mentioned that I also heard that she doesn't get along with Nafisa Collier or Brianna Stewart. I don't know if it's true. I just heard that. And then she went on to say this source, which is a joke that she said this, but we'll quote her. I believe they did offer more for her than Caitlin Clark because I know what they offered A'ja. They have a lot of money, and they offered her a lot of money, and I was even like, oh, you sure don't want to do this? But I also understand she really values her off season. And then she goes on. But Rob, if she doesn't know how much Caitlin Clark got offered, how does she know that A'ja Wilson got offered more? Which, of course, she didn't, because she didn't. So I bet you A'ja Wilson put this out there because she's such a narcissist. She didn't want anyone to know that Caitlin Clark was more in demand to play in the Unrivaled League than she was. So
right. I didn't hear them beating on the door. I didn't hear them beating on the door trying to persuade her to play in the game. They were mostly after Caitlin Clark, offered throwing money at her, Mark. They were just throwing money at her. Here you go. Come on, play for us. We'll pay you $11 million. Come on.
Rob, there was no articles or videos about whether or not A'ja Wilson was going to play in the Unrivaled League. She was just mentioned as an afterthought that she wasn't playing. And everything was about whether Caitlin Clark was going to play. And we all know the statistics for attendance and, more importantly, the television viewership, which is really where they're going to make their money because they have small stadiums for these games. So the source is delusional. I guarantee you that whatever A'ja Wilson got offered, Caitlin Clark got offered twice as much. And whatever money they had, if Caitlin Clark said she wanted more, they would have taken away from Asia Wilson and offered her less to get her.
Oh boy, there we go again. Here we go. Oh gosh, that's one reason I'm glad Clark didn't decide, because you could just see it already. I mean, you saw it before, already.
Asia Wilson's not even the number 2 draw. Believe it or not, I think Angel Reese would get more viewership than her. So she's probably not even the number 2 draw. And I didn't hear Angel Reese getting this big offer. I heard she just signed up. And I didn't hear anything special about her offer that she got.
Right.
Now, she probably negotiated a nice fee because she is a draw, but I don't think so. I don't think Asia Wilson, she's just not a draw. And she just needs to accept that and quit trying to pretend that she's the face of the league and the most, important person in terms of fans, because she's not. She may have been the best player this year. Yeah, I think she was. And she may be, she's one of the greatest players of all time. She already has 3 MVPs. Yeah. But she doesn't play an exciting brand of basketball, and she just has to accept it. And so do her fans, and stop trying to shove her down her throat.
And try to think that she could beat a pro basketball player.
Rob, I would pay to see that, and then I would make sure I would bet on it too. I'd bet on the 11-0.
No, I would. If I was him, I wouldn't even take that offer, because you could just see it's a no-win. It's a no-win for him, because it'd be like, you beat up a girl and all that. Just to me, I mean, if I was his teammates, if I was a fan and he was playing against my team, I'd be like, yeah, you can't beat Asia Wilson and kick your butt, Hart. Ha ha.
I know if he doesn't win 11-0, it's not good. I know Serena Williams thought she could beat the 200 rated best man in the world in tennis. When she was in her prime, she played one and she lost badly. I think it was like 6-1, 6-0. So it gives you any idea. Basketball, I think it could be even worse, Rob, just because of the jumping ability of men compared to women.
Someone have to call 911 for child abuse, I think.
All right. Well, I don't know, Rob, if she was serious or not, but she seemed real serious. She thought she really could compete with a man. And
no.
Look, I don't even think she's going to be the best player in the league next year. I think Caitlin Clark is going to be by the end of the year. Yeah. So at that point, it's all going to be downhill for Asia Wilson, and we're going to hear more and more about her crying. If she doesn't get MVP next year, she's going to cry again in the offseason. I've already voted for Caitlin Clark because they tell me what the rules are. You can just vote for someone.
That's right. In the very beginning. Done deal.
They voted for her in game 2. I'm going to vote for Caitlin Clark in the preseason.
Done deal. It's over.
That's what I'm going to do. So we'll see. I'm predicting Caitlin Clark to be MVP next year. So Rob, I looked up the odds for the MVP next year, and believe it or not, Asia Wilson is favored.
Oh.
And on all 3 here, DraftKings, FanDuel, and Bet365, she's favored slightly over Caitlin Clark, plus 200 to 250, 195 to 250, 180 to 250. Nafisa Collier is down a little bit to 700 and 550 and 600, and she's 3rd. Brianna Stewart slightly lower than that at 4th. Sabrina Ionescu is 5th, and Alyssa Thomas is 6th. So Asia Wilson is the favorite next year. I think Caitlin Clark will win it next year, and
I'll put my money on her.
It's partly because she got a new coach. If she still had Christy Sides, then I don't think I would have picked her to win it. I think Christy Sides would have held her back. Exactly. I think Stephanie White is going to develop Caitlin Clark, and the team's going to be more successful, so she'll get more MVP votes. And I think by the end of the year, she will be the best player in the league. And I think she'll help her improve her defense, and that's all it's probably, other than cutting down the turnovers a little bit, that's all she needs to be the best player in the league, I think. So we'll see what happens.
Right.
And then, they're going to cry about that. ESPN's going to make Asia Wilson all year long. So I can't wait to see what Neil Payne does next year, Rob, when he rates the MVP candidates, because he had Caitlin Clark 6th best rookie. He's all year long. He's going to have Asia Wilson and up here and Caitlin Clark down around 5th or 6th until the end of the year when it's obvious who the better person is. He's suddenly going to switch it and make Caitlin Clark there. So we'll see what happens. Right. I mean, Asia Wilson could win MVP award again next year, but I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. So let us know what you think. Who do you think is going to win the MVP next year? Let us know what you think. What would be the score? Let's say if they played 10 times between Josh Hart and Asia Wilson. And let us know if you think there's any chance that Asia Wilson was offered more money than Caitlin Clark. I have a feeling she was just offered a little bit more than everybody else. Like my guess is Caitlin Clark was offered $1 million and Asia Wilson was offered around 200,000. That's my guess. Because most of the players I think were offered around 100,000 and small ownership too. So that's my guess. She was offered more than anyone, possibly than Caitlin Clark and maybe Angel Reese, but I'm not sure. Anyways, so let's know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so at the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next videos. And join us for our live show. It's every Monday. It's tomorrow night, 6 to 8 Eastern time, except for major holidays. And Rob and I will both be there, and we can talk about this and other things. And you can call in for the show, so that's pretty cool. And guess what? If you want to donate to this channel, you can with super chats and super thanks down below. And there's a link to PayPal. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.